Hi, guys, English recaps here. Before we start, warning spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain a 1973 American action and thriller movie called Terminal Island. This movie tells a story about a group of criminals sentenced to death that are exiled to a remote island and establish their own rules to survive. The movie begins with people planning a TV program about Terminal Island, a remote island that served as a prison for criminals sentenced to death for first-degree murder. Inhabitants cannot escape the island, and they are left to survive in the wild on their own. They virtually have no contact with the outside world except when a new inmate comes and when the police deliver their basic supplies. The TV people then examine the profiles of the island's inhabitants, ranging from bank robbers, a doctor, a PhD candidate, an unhappy wife, and many others. A newly sentenced Carmen Sims is sent to the island. While she is still on her way, she sees two dead bodies, one floating on the water and one washed up ashore. She seems shocked, but manages to stay calm and gather supplies for her survival, but a man, Dr. Milford, approaches her, and although she is hesitant first, they soon converse. Carmen asks where everyone is, to which Milford replies that they are just behind the hill. She also asks for an explanation for the dead body she saw earlier, but he does not give her a satisfactory answer. He leaves her and she soon falls asleep. The next day, Carmen reaches the camp where other inhabitants are waiting for her. No one seems to warmly welcome her, and she soon realizes that there are two people in charge, Bobby and Monk. Monk gives her a warning to not disobey. There are three other women living in the same hut, Joy, Lee, and Bunny, with the latter seemingly being mute. She can actually talk but stopped doing it since she murdered her parents. She squeaks when Carmen takes a nap in the corner, causing Carmen to come out of the hut as quickly pushed back inside by the man. She asks the women why they are being kept like pigs, to which they reply that they are considered property of the man and they have to satisfy their sexual needs. If anyone disobeys Bobby and Monk and tries to rebel, they either escape or are killed. The rebels live somewhere on the island. Carmen aspires to escape too, but the women tell her that the situation with the rebels is no better than with Bobby and Monk. The following day, Carmen participates in chores. She helps to plow the field and build the stone-walled warehouse. Bobby and Monk ensures everyone is working hard and will warn anyone who is slacking off, including Joy. Lee notices Carmen's hands are injured, but other men would not let Dr. Milford treat her and force Carmen to continue working. In the evening, they need to serve the man, while Lee, Joy, and Carmen have to serve several men each. Bunny only serves Bobby. Although tired, they still need to serve breakfast for the man in the morning. A fight breaks out between two men, but Bobby lets them fight until one is killed off because that would mean there is one less mouth to feed. They then dispose of the dead body by throwing it off the cliff and go on with her day. The women are washing clothes on the river, guarded by two men. Unbeknownst to them, the rebel groups led by Aj are watching them and planning to kidnap the women. They successfully carried out their mission, killing the guards in the process. While discovering the guards' bodies, Bobby's men know that their boss is going to be disappointed. Meanwhile, the rebels gather around the campfire and enjoy a feast, celebrating their successful mission to capture the women. One of them, Dylan, attempts to approach Joy, but she repeatedly resists because she is interested in another man instead. The following day, the rebels split into small groups, so it will be harder for Bobby to catch them. Lee finds a rock nearby the river which contains potassium nitrate, an essential ingredient for making gunpowder and hand grenades, sparking an idea for a plan of attack. Carmen finds a poisonous vine and explains it to Aj. By boiling the fruit, the substance can cause to fall unconscious within 10 seconds, which she knows from her grandma, who is interested in voodoo. Carmen asks him why he would save the women for Bobby, to which Aj replies that would make him feel less alone. On the other hand, Bobby grows impatient with finding the rebels as Monk could not locate them. While practicing archery, Joy discovers beehives nearby and gets the idea to prank Dylan. She lures him by taking a bath in the river, then when he approaches her, she rubs his body with honey. Later, she disturbs the nearby beehive, causing the bees to swarm out and attack Dylan. He runs to the river, making everyone in the group laugh. Suddenly, Bobby's men arrive and a fight ensues. Both sides suffer casualties, but the rebels can finally escape after setting a trap that stabs one of Bobby's men. Carmen and Cornell seem to grow closer and spend the evening together. In the morning, the rebels properly bury Kiki, one of the fallen friends, then continue preparing for an attack on Bobby. Under Lee's instructions, some men grind the rock and collect other materials to make hand grenades. Bunny wanders around looking for water. While she is drinking from a small waterfall, Bobby's men capture her. She fights back, hurting Teal, who captures her. He wants to kill her as revenge, but others remind him of Bobby's order to bring Bunny back alive. Teal does not follow his friends back to the camp anymore and is killed by the rebels who chase Bunny after they figured out that she is missing. Meanwhile, Bobby sabotages the police radio frequency using his makeshift radio. He learns that the police will bring them supplies tomorrow morning. He figures out a plan for the police, which involves Bunny. At the beach, Bobby and his men tie and beat Bunny, then leave her using her as bait to the police who come ashore with their supplies. Meanwhile, Lee, who observes the situation from the top of the cliff, decides to call for help. The police come ashore, drop supplies, and are about to go, but they could not stand seeing Bunny's miserable condition, so they free her. At the same time, Bobby's men seize them from behind, defeating them and taking their machine guns. Bobby orders one of his men, Ray, to guard the supplies at the beach while he heads back to the camp to bring more men to pick them up. The rebels plan to find Bunny and capture the supplies, so one of them swims ashore and hides behind the police's raft, then shoots Ray using Carmen's poisonous vine. He drops unconscious after 10 seconds, allowing the rebels to capture the boat and supplies. They take the jars containing fuels that will be useful in their plan. Later, Milford finds Bunny and consoles her. She tells him that she wants to go home the first time. She speaks for a long time. Bobby and Monk find Ray is now dead and they panic. They know the rebels are smarter and stronger than them, despite being outnumbered as usual. The rebels spend their evening together around the campfire, this time exchanging personal stories. Milford explains that he once put his patient to death as it was what the patient wanted, but his family refused, accused him of murder. He concludes that even though he has a chance of going home, he does not want because of the trauma and would rather stay on Terminal Island with his fellow inmates. In the morning, the rebels head for the camp. They find it empty, realizing that Bobby has anticipated their attack, but they remain cautious. Joy and Milford instruct Money to wait for their signal to throw the grenade and open the gasoline jar that will burn Bobby's bunker, which is the stone-walled warehouse they built earlier. Cornell only bombs a makeshift toilet to test if the grenade works, which succeeds wonderfully. Slowly, Bobby's men start appearing from their hiding spots, and another battle ensues. Cornell gets hit by Bobby, who is hiding in the bunker with his machine gun, sending Carmen. Throws another grenade to lower Monk out and distract him from protecting Bobby, but she does not survive Bobby's shooting. However, Monk survives the explosion, although his left leg is badly injured. He crawls to Bobby's bunker, knocks on the door, and begs him to let him in. Bobby fires blindly, wasting his ammunition. After nearly all of Bobby's men have been killed, Joy signals Bunny to do her job, but she only stares blankly at the battlefield. One of the impatient rebels goes to her, but is quickly hit by Bobby. Bunny reaches her fallen French, forward completing the missions and evacuating Bunny to safety. The gasoline runs through the wooden planks and reaches the bunker. Then he lights a fire that burns the whole building. Bobby, burned alive, attempts to escape but could not be saved. Meanwhile, Monk's eyes are heavily injured and he cannot see anymore. Ajay, Carmen, and other survivors pity him and let him live sometime later. Monk now lives with the rebels, with Money helping him to know directions. After helping Monk sit down in front of the fire, Bunny takes Milford to the beach where the police come. The police explain that Milford is expected on land for another trial, not recognizing that Milford is actually standing in front of him. However, he replies that Milford is already dead. He then tells Bunny that Leaves right, he would rather be on this island than face another trial. The police also bring a new inmate, Dana, which Bunny and Milford welcome warmly. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and we will like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.